They say Tokyo is not just a city, it's a universe. A universe where centuries-old shrines sit in the shadows of neon skyscrapers, where vending machines sell everything from umbrellas to fresh ramen, and where every backstreet is a surprise. If you've ever dreamed of standing in a place where tradition collides with the future at full speed, Tokyo is the answer. This isn't just Japan's capital, it's a world all its own. Welcome to Tokyo, electric heart of Japan, and one of the most exciting cities on Earth. Whether you're a food lover, a tech enthusiast, a history buff, or just an adventurer with a camera, Tokyo offers a little of everything, and a lot of the unexpected. Let's start in Shibuya, home to the world-famous Shibuya crossing. Imagine hundreds of people pouring into the intersection from every direction at once. It's chaotic, it's cinematic, and somehow, it works in perfect harmony. From there, dive into the fashionable chaos of Harajuku, where Tokyo's trendiest youth express themselves with vibrant, often outrageous fashion. Don't miss Takeshita Street, a narrow alley of crepes, quirky boutiques, and kawaii culture in its purest form. Now shift gears entirely and head to Asakusa, where the ancient Sensoji Temple welcomes millions each year. As you walk through the Kaminaramon Gate, past incense smoke and traditional market stalls, you'll feel like you've time traveled back to old Edo. Grab a sweet rice cracker or a bowl of matcha and take in the serenity beneath the temple's towering red pagoda. Tokyo is a city of contrasts, and nowhere is that more obvious than in its neighborhoods. Akihabara is your stop for electronics, anime, and all things otaku culture. Towering department stores are packed with gadgets, retro gaming consoles, and capsule toy machines. Meanwhile, a visit to Ginza brings you to Tokyo's upscale core luxury boutiques, Michelin-starred restaurants, and cutting-edge architecture make this a feast for the senses. But Tokyo isn't just urban flash, it also knows how to breathe. Ueno Park offers cherry blossoms in spring, tranquil museums, and even a zoo. The Meiji Shrine, tucked within a massive forest near Harajuku, feels like sacred ground in a city that rarely sleeps. And at sunset, few experiences rival the Tokyo Skytree or the observation decks at Roppongi Hills, where you'll see the entire city stretch to Mount Fuji's distant silhouette. Food in Tokyo deserves its own documentary. From conveyor belt sushi to tempura served by third-generation masters, your taste buds will thank you for every detour. Visit Tsukiji Outer Market for seafood, ramen alleys in Shinjuku for comfort food, or quirky cafes like animal cafes and robot restaurants for something totally wild. Getting around is easy. Tokyo's public transportation system is one of the best in the world. Trains are frequent, safe, and efficient. And yes, they really do run on time. But beneath all the lights, flavors, and speed, Tokyo has something more. A deep respect for ritual, detail, and connection. Whether it's the quiet bow of a shopkeeper, the peaceful morning walk of a monk, or the sheer beauty of order in the busiest city on Earth, you'll feel it. Tokyo is more than a destination. It's a pulse, a rhythm, and an invitation to explore a city that's constantly reinventing itself without ever forgetting where it came from. If Tokyo is Japan's heartbeat, then Kyoto is its soul. It's where time slows down, where every narrow alley whispers centuries of tradition, and where the past still walks among the living. In Kyoto, the flicker of a lantern or the rustle of a kimono isn't performance, it's real. And the deeper you go, the more you begin to understand. This city doesn't just preserve history, it breathes it. Welcome to Kyoto, Japan's cultural capital and the former seat of emperors for over 1,000 years. Here, you won't just see temples and shrines, you'll feel their presence. With over 20 sacred sites, including 17 UNESCO World Heritage locations, Kyoto offers an unparalleled journey into the heart of traditional Japan. Let's begin in Fushimi Inari Taisha, one of Kyoto's most iconic and photographed spots. The path through thousands of vermilion torii gates snakes up the sacred Mount Inari, forming an endless tunnel of red that feels otherworldly. As you ascend, the crowds thin, the forest thickens, and you'll find yourself in quiet reflection among fox, statues, and ancient stone altars. Then there's Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion. Imagine a temple coated in pure gold leaf, reflected in the still waters of a peaceful pond. No matter the season, cherry blossoms, green summer foliage, fiery autumn leaves, or fresh winter snow, this place is jaw-droppingly beautiful. It doesn't ask for attention, demands awe. For a more meditative experience, step into Rionji, home to one of Japan's most famous rock gardens. Its simplicity, just 15 stones on carefully raked gravel, has puzzled and inspired minds for centuries. Is it a map, a poem in stone, or just a reminder that less truly is more? Kyoto is also the best place in Japan to encounter geisha culture. In the historic district of Gion, lantern-lit streets wind past wooden tea houses, where geiko and maiko, Kyoto's term for geisha and apprentices, still entertain behind sliding doors. If you're lucky, you might spot one gracefully moving to her next appointment, dressed in layers of embroidered silk, her footsteps barely audible. No visit to Kyoto is complete without experiencing Arashiyama. Start your morning early in the bamboo grove, where towering stalks sway gently in the breeze, creating a living, breathing corridor of green. Nearby, the Togetsukyo Bridge offers serene river views, and the Iwatayama Monkey Park invites you to hike and share space with wild macaques alongside stunning panoramic city views. For a taste of Zen life, consider visiting Nanzenji Temple or Eikando, especially in autumn when the maple leaves turn Kyoto into a flaming canvas of red and gold. Stroll through Philosopher's Path, a tranquil riverside walk that once inspired monks and poets. And of course, Kyoto's food scene is an art in itself. Kaiseki cuisine, a traditional multi-course dining experience, is prepared with seasonal precision. You'll also find matcha tea ceremonies, delicate wagashi sweets, and local specialties like yudofu, tofu, hot pot, and Kyoto-style ramen, lighter and more nuanced than Tokyo's. Getting around Kyoto is easy by bus or subway, but the real magic happens on foot or by bicycle. The city is compact, and every corner holds hidden shrines, moss gardens, and cozy cafes tucked into alleyways you'd never expect. But Kyoto is more than its attractions. It's a feeling, a deep, quiet reverence for life, beauty, and impermanence. You'll sense it in the silence of a temple at dawn, in the careful arrangement of flowers, or the way tea is poured without a word. Kyoto doesn't try to impress. It invites you to pause, to breathe, to remember that in stillness, there is power. And that's why Kyoto isn't just a place you visit. It's a place you carry with you, long after you've gone. Osaka, more than food, pulses with life. It's raw, loud, bold, and unapologetically alive. A place where neon lights never sleep, street vendors shout with charm, and strangers feel like friends. Osaka isn't polished, it's powerful. And if you want to feel the beating pulse of modern Japan, this is where you go. Welcome to Osaka, Japan's third largest city, and arguably its most fun-loving one. Known for its humor, hospitality, and outrageous street food culture, Osaka brings together energy, tradition, and chaos in the best possible way. Let's start with Dotonbori, the city's entertainment epicenter. Picture this: massive animated billboards, bright signs reflecting off the canal, and the famous Glico Running Man lighting up the night. Here, food isn't just eaten, it's celebrated. Try takoyaki, octopus balls, cooked right in front of you, or okonomiyaki, Osaka's iconic savory pancake grilled to perfection. As you stroll through Dotonbori's buzzing alleys, you'll hear laughter, music, and the sounds of chefs flipping, chopping, and sizzling. It's not just a food district, it's a sensory experience. Don't forget to pose under the massive moving crab signets in Osaka Classic. For a journey into the city's past, visit Osaka Castle, striking symbol of samurai history. Surrounded by stone walls, moats, and cherry trees, the castle's grandeur and its museum inside offer a glimpse into the life and battles of Toyotomi Hideyoshi, the warlord who once ruled all of Japan from here. But Osaka is also home to one of Japan's most impressive aquariums, Kaiyukan. Step inside, and you'll spiral around massive tanks that recreate entire marine ecosystems, from the Pacific Rim to Antarctic waters. It's immersive, educational, and perfect whether you're 5 or 50. Now let's talk about Shinsekai, Osaka's old school district. meaning New World. It was futuristic when built in the early 1900s and still holds a retro charm. The Tutankaku Tower rises above, while the streets below offer kushikatsu, deep-fried skewers, and nostalgic arcade games. It's gritty, it's chaotic, it's full of character. And then there's Universal Studios Japan, of the country's top theme parks, with attractions like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Super Nintendo World, and jaw-dropping rides. It's a must-visit for families and thrill-seekers. Pro tip: book your timed entry passes in advance, especially for the Nintendo section. If you're looking for peace amid the chaos, head to Sumiyoshi Taisha, one of Japan's oldest Shinto shrines, known for its unique arched bridge and calming ambiance. Or visit Minu Park, just outside the city, where a short hike rewards you with a picturesque waterfall and seasonal beauty, especially in autumn. Osaka's people are what truly set it apart. Known as kuidaore, meaning to eat oneself into ruin, locals take pride in hospitality and humor. It's the birthplace of many Japanese comedians, and even the local dialect, Kansai Ben, carries a rhythm that feels friendlier and more playful than standard Tokyo speech. And if you're a night owl, Osaka won't disappoint. From rooftop bars in Umeda to the underground music scene in Namba, there's always something going on. Karaoke lounges, izakayas, or late-night ramen joints. This city never says go home early. Getting around is easy with the Osaka Metro, and many attractions are walkable once you're in the main districts. The city also serves as a great base to explore other parts of the Kansai region, like Kobe or Nara, both just a short train ride away. But what makes Osaka unforgettable isn't just what you see, it's what you feel. A sense of fun, of freedom, of flavor. It's a city that doesn't try to be perfect, it dares to be real. So come hungry, come curious, because in Osaka, every moment is an invitation to taste, laugh, and live louder. Sometimes, to truly understand a country, you have to go where time stands still. And in Japan, that place is Nara. Walk its quiet paths and you'll hear the soft rustling of ancient trees, the gentle clatter of hooves on stone, and the whispers of monks echoing through the halls of centuries-old temples. But don't be surprised if a deer bows to you along the way. In Nara, nature, history, and spirituality live in perfect harmony. Welcome to Nara, Japan's first permanent capital, and one of its most sacred destinations. Long before Tokyo, or Kyoto, became the heart of the nation, it was Nara that laid the foundation of Japanese culture, art, and religion. A visit here is a journey into Japan's earliest soul, where the past is beautifully preserved in every detail. Start your experience in Nara Park, a vast, open sanctuary in the center of the city, home to over 10 freely roaming deer. But these aren't just any deer. They're considered messengers of the gods in the Shinto religion. Polite, playful, and sometimes a little cheeky, many have learned to bow to visitors in exchange for treats. You can buy special shika senbei crackers from vendors and experience this charming interaction yourself, but don't be surprised if the deer get a little impatient. From the park, make your way to Todaiji Temple, one of Japan's most awe-inspiring landmarks. Built in the 8th century, this temple houses the Great Buddha, a towering, 15-meter tall bronze statue of Vairocana, sitting in meditative stillness. The wooden hall that contains it was once the largest wooden structure on Earth, and even after being rebuilt smaller than the original, it still inspires awe. Incense, Buddha's scale, create an unforgettable spiritual hush. Don't miss the wooden pillar with a hole at its base. Legend says if you can squeeze through, enlightenment is yours, or at least some good luck. For something more peaceful and tucked away, visit Kasuga Taisha, a Shinto shrine nestled in a forest of cedar trees. The path to it is lined with over 30 stone lanterns, each one placed by devotees over centuries. On festival days, they're all lit at once, casting a magical golden glow that seems to blur the boundary between this world and the next. And just beyond the shrines and temples lies Isuian Garden, a place of quiet elegance. This traditional Japanese garden blends ponds, tea houses, and seasonal flora in a design that subtly leads the eye and the soul towards serenity. It's not flashy, it doesn't need to be. Its beauty lies in its balance. Hungry? Try kakinoha sushi, a local delicacy where pressed sushi is wrapped in persimmon leaves for a light, citrusy flavor. Or sit down at a traditional soba noodle shop, tucked into the old streets around Naramachi, Nara's preserved merchant district. Here, wooden townhouses, narrow alleys, and tiny museums offer a glimpse into the city's Edo-era life. Unlike Osaka or Tokyo, Nara doesn't move fast, and that's exactly its charm. It invites you to slow down, to walk, to notice. Getting to Nara is easy, just a short 45-minute train ride from either Kyoto or Osaka. And while many people visit as a day trip, staying a night unlocks a different experience. When the tour groups leave and the lanterns begin to glow, Nara feels almost like a dream. Quiet, sacred, eternal. There's something deeply moving about this city. Maybe it's the weight of its history. Maybe it's the deer walking freely among the temples. Or maybe it's just the sense that, here, the distance between the earthly and the divine is just a little smaller. Nara doesn't shout for your attention. It simply waits for those wise enough to listen. Japan's wild beauty. Volcanoes smoke above forests, where hot springs bubble beneath snow, and where nature still reigns supreme. Welcome to Hokkaido, Japan's northernmost island, a place where every season transforms the land into a new adventure, and where the definition of off the beaten path truly comes to life. Hokkaido isn't just a destination. It's a different Japan. Known for its dramatic landscapes, crisp air, and wide open spaces, Hokkaido is a paradise for outdoor lovers, food seekers, and anyone craving freedom away from the crowds. And the best part? It's beautiful all year round, whether you want snow, flowers, seafood, or silence. Let's begin in Sapporo, the island's capital and gateway to everything Hokkaido offers. This laid-back city is most famous for the Sapporo Snow Festival, held every February, where towering snow and ice sculptures turn the streets into a surreal winter wonderland. But even outside the festival, Sapporo is worth exploring, home to sprawling parks, quirky ramen alleys, and of course, the birthplace of Japan's most iconic beer. Speaking of food, Hokkaido is a gourmet paradise. Thanks to its rich farmland and clean waters, it produces some of the best dairy, vegetables, and seafood in the country. Try buttery Hokkaido scallops, juicy crab legs, or fresh uni, sea urchin, right from the morning markets in Hakodate or Otaru. Don't skip the local take on miso ramen, either thicker, heartier, and perfect for cold days. For nature lovers, there's no shortage of wonder. Start with Furano and Bie in central Hokkaido, where vast fields of lavender, sunflowers, and poppies bloom in brilliant colors from late spring through summer. The landscape here looks like a watercolor painting come to life. Winding roads take you through rolling hills, flower farms, and the famous Blue Pond, whose turquoise waters reflect the surrounding birch trees like a dream. In winter, Hokkaido becomes a snow-covered paradise. Skiers and snowboarders flock to Niseko, one of the top ski resorts in the world, known for its legendary powder snow. Even if you don't ski, the views of Mount Yote, often called the Mount Fuji of Hokkaido, are worth the visit. And then there are the hot springs. Noboribetsu Onsen is one of Japan's most famous hot spring resorts, set amid volcanic landscapes. Its steaming valleys, bubbling sulfur vents, and natural mineral baths offer both healing and awe. After a soak, you'll feel like you've been reborn. For wildlife enthusiasts, Shiretoko National Park, UNESCO World Heritage Site, ties one of the most remote and pristine ecosystems in Japan. Located on the eastern edge of the island, it's home to bears, foxes, deer, and whales. You can hike through misty forests, kayak through drift ice, or take a boat tour to see towering cliffs and waterfalls that spill directly into the sea. And if you're looking for peace, Lake Akan and Lake Mashu are serene, crater-formed lakes shrouded in legend and mystery. You might spot the rare Marama-strange green moss balls that only grow here. Local Ainu culture is also strong in this region, offering a chance to learn about the indigenous people of Japan through crafts, performances, and cuisine. Getting around Hokkaido is easiest by train, rental car, or domestic flight, depending on where you want to go. The island is large and nearly the size of Ireland, so don't try to see it all in one trip. Pick a few key places and explore slowly. That's how Hokkaido reveals its magic. Because unlike other parts of Japan, Hokkaido doesn't ask for your attention, it rewards your presence. It invites you to wander, breathe deeper, and reconnect with something wild and ancient. Whether it's the taste of sea air in a fishing village, the crunch of snow underfoot, or the hush of wind through alpine trees, Hokkaido speaks a language that's older than words. And once you've heard it, you'll never forget it.